the Africans just can't run things. Now, that's a very, very fundamental point in the international scene. See my point?
Oh, boy, you sure see it around this place.
Well, yeah, of course you do. You see them. You know, I have mixed feelings. I receive their ambassadors. They change all the time, and I've had I love them. They're so kind and so nice. And they're children.
Yeah.
Children.
Yeah.
Huh? You know?
And they always want something like children.
Oh, God, yes, they want. Well, what can you do? I know, but what I meant is it's so childlike, the childlike faith and the this and that. And, of course, a lot of them are crooks, but we have crooks, too. But anyway, what I'm getting at is I think you've got in the field of business, you've got the field of education, so on. But there are many other areas, as you've well pointed out, where they can beat the hell out of us. Now, and they should be proud of those. Athletics isn't a bad achievement. And you look at the World Series, for God's sakes, and what would either of these teams done without, what would Pittsburgh be without hell of a lot of blacks, huh?
Sure.
And music, the dance, now, and these things, are they to be therefore just pissed upon? Hell no. They're important. And also, in certain areas, poetry, etc., they have a free and easy style that adds enormously to our culture. But on the other hand, when you get to some of the more, shall we say, some of the more profound, rigid disciplines, basically, they have a hell of a time making it. And Ed Brooke, for example, is an exception. We've got to face it. In terms of good lawyers, there are damn few good lawyers among any group, but in terms of good lawyers, even though a lot of them go to law schools, I mean, it is not really their dish of tea. See? Mm-hmm. Now, that's a fact. Mm-hmm. We got Brooke, and we've got that fellow, the head of the Equal Opportunities, the thin fellow from Philadelphia, you know. He's got it. He's got it. Mm-hmm. But now, having said that, you have a hell of a time also, I said, with a lot of Mexicans. I mean, they're coming up, and but on the other hand, they have the stuff. Your culture-free tests are very interesting to me. That, as I understand it, is basically an IQ test, but which basically doesn't require you to know a damn thing before you take it.
It presumes that you know no language.
Well, that's good.
You see, that you can't speak. I mean, it doesn't require that you. That you don't know how to speak English or Spanish or Eskimo.
The only fair kind of a test. Now, let me tell you what my theory is after all this. Mm-hmm. My theory is that the responsibility of a president, in my present position, first, is to know these things.
Right. Damn.
But also, my theory is that I must do everything that I possibly can to deny them.
Yes, sir.
To deny them, because you cannot tell. Here was my quarrel with Muskie on the vice president thing, and I didn't quarrel with him. I refused to comment. They asked me what I'd said, and I said I just repeated what I said in '68 when I was commenting on Brooke. I said he could be in any position. My theory is this: if you were to look cynically at a poll in depth that is absolutely private as to whether or not a black would or would not add to a ticket, you might well find that a black would subtract. But no leader must ever say that.
Right.
Because if he says that, he is condemning a great segment of the population. He shouldn't say that no Jew. Now, I think you could make a hell of a case that a Jew, not one like Goldwater, who's basically a Gentile, by religion, but a Jew might detract. There are some anti-Semitic people, but nobody must ever say that. You must not say that a Catholic would hurt you in Oklahoma. You must not say that. Here, the point that I make is we have to realize it, because if we do not, we're going to encourage what is a latent prejudice among all of us.
Yes.
See, you must not. In other words, it's the unthinkable. Do you agree with me?
It's unthinkable.
And when somebody says, well, it's honest to get up and say, why, sure, a black shouldn't be on the ticket. The hell, it's honest.
And it can be what we call a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah. You take, for example, a woman on the Supreme Court. Now, if you were to poll the people in this country, all the people, a great majority would be against a woman in the court. I mean, they don't have that much confidence in women. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. However, among women, there's a hell of a feeling that there should be one. All right. My point is, no one should ever say that a woman should not be on the Supreme Court.
Right.
Correct?
Correct.
So you see what I'm getting at is that that we're on exactly the same wavelength. I'm putting it out all over this place that we have got to proceed on the assumption, not that everybody is equal, but that everybody should have an equal opportunity, and that anybody might go to the top. And God knows he might. A Brooke could, you know.